Africa has come to a defining moment, a moment of truth, a moment of boldness, a moment where the voice of the youth can no longer be silenced. From the heart of the continent to the corners of the diaspora, Africa is rising against exploitation, rising against manipulation, rising against modern-day slavery disguised as aid, diplomacy and politics. This is the story of resistance, this is the voice of Africa. The African continent, rich, vast and beautiful, has always been a target. First it was colonization with chains.
Our country has long been in a very complicated system. Most of you who are young like me, we were born into this system. But that's not what can allow Burkina to thrive. Because in this situation there are only two cases. Either we accept to fight or we remain slaves forever. I told you once, there are those who are slaves in their minds. They can only serve their master. And those people try every time to manipulate you. You must advise each other. Because every situation can be exploited by these enemies of the nation to try to discourage you, to demotivate you.
And guns they came, they stole, they killed. They divided us, France, Britain, Belgium, Portugal. They drew lines on our lands and called them countries. They took our gold, our oil, our people, they erased our names and gave us theirs. And even when we gained independence on paper, they never truly left. They stayed behind the scenes, controlling our banks, setting our interest rates, owning our mines, manipulating our elections. This is not post-colonial Africa, this is still colonized Africa, but through contracts and suits, instead of whips and chains. But every generation has its own fighters. And today, Africa's new warrior is young, educated, determined and fearless. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the 36-year-old revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso, has lit a fire across the continent. He stood before his people and
not everyone is obliged to be patriotic. You are the first patriots. You have decided to defend the homeland. There is nothing better than that. Those who want to support you, let them support you. Those who want to discourage you through writings, you must close your ears and move forward. As for those, we will fight them here. So, we must remember something. Recently, there is a so-called NGO. It's not even an NGO. Because NGO stands for non-governmental organization. They are not non-governmental because they are funded by a federal budget, by a state. This so-called NGO produces reports claiming that the FDS and the VDP commit abuses. It went in here, it came out there. It's to tarnish your morale. It's to scare you, to prevent you from being able to fight. No. Moreover, we are going to file a complaint against this NGO because people need to understand something. What is happening to us here? It's true that they have manipulated part of our populations in the Sahel here, but they didn't have that kind of weaponry. What brought such significant weaponry into their ranks? It's Libya. Who destroyed Libya? It's this NGO, the same NGO that made false reports and gave them to those who wanted to create a rebellion so that people would intervene and overthrow Gaddafi. And the powder keg ended up being poured into the Sahel. These millions of lives that have been taken in the Sahel, we must file a complaint against this NGO because it is responsible for these false reports it made to support this thesis of attacking Libya. They have no moral lessons to give us. Look at the world. Let them go defend human rights all over the world first before coming here. We are fortunate to have similar situations in this world. You voluntarily committed yourselves. There are countries where people are forcibly taken, killed. You leave or you die. Others, even while trying to flee, end up dying. They don't talk about human rights because these people see us as subhumans. They see us as slaves. That's how it is in their minds. They have never changed their mindset. But it's up to us to show them that we are not slaves and we will never accept this state of affairs. So don't be fooled by the stories. They tell to anyone who will listen. You must stay focused on your fight. Stay focused. We know what we are doing. And even now, the VTP commander told me that there is a human rights training session underway for group leaders and their deputies. If we make efforts, we know it's for ourselves. We no longer do things to please someone else. We do it for our homeland. And you are committed to that. Defend your homeland. Do not listen to those individuals. They should not affect your morale. In the history of the world, there have been wars. And during the Second World War, people organized themselves to defend all over the place. But there is a country that could not defend itself, which had to come and take our ancestors to go defend them. And today that same country wants to give us lessons. The pot calling the kettle black. No. You are the descendants of those same ancestors who went to defend others, who liberated the world from Nazism. Today you are fighting for your lands. These same individuals dare to create terms to tarnish you. We oppose this. We will never agree. Continue to defend your lands. It is your wealth that interests these people. It's our gold, it's our minerals that interest them. Otherwise, why come and drive out entire villages to seize our lands? So we will fight and we will reclaim our lands, our wealth. It belongs to us. It's for us. It will benefit us and our children. I therefore encourage you to remember that this war is to free us from slavery. It's for our independence. And you must keep your spirits high, stay strong. Never give into manipulators, to those individuals who no longer understand the notion of homeland, or to those people who come from outside to try to subdue us through their terms they invented and their organizations they created to enslave us. Fight, move forward, do everything you can. Draw, as I said, from your cultural resources, from what you have been shaped by since the village. Draw from it and wage this war. Stay focused and stay strong.
Said what no puppet president ever dared to say: Africa must be free from Western control. France must leave Africa, must own its future. He removed French military bases. He rejected neocolonial influence. He turned to his people and asked, "Do you want freedom or fear?" And the people chose freedom. Today, millions of young Africans see themselves in him. They are saying enough is enough. No more French France, no more IMF chains, no more American puppets. We are the future and we refuse to inherit chains. But let's not be fooled. The West is not watching silently. They still want control through manipulation. They use their media to call freedom fighters dictators. They spread fake news. They create chaos, then blame Africans for it. They install leaders who are too old to think, too weak to act. Some African presidents today are over 80. Some can't even stand for long. Some can't finish a speech. Some are battling strokes. But they remain in power. Why? Because that's what the West wants. They want leaders who are silent, leaders who obey, leaders who sign deals that sell out their people. This is not a coincidence. This is a strategy. But this generation is different. The African youth are not blind. They are not afraid, and they are definitely not silent. They are reading, they are organizing, they are uniting. From Nigeria to Mali, from Congo to South Africa, from Ghana to Sudan, they are saying Africa belongs to us. They are using social media, they are using music, they are using protest, they are using power. They are rejecting Western-funded NGOs that lie to them. They are rejecting foreign missionaries who preach obedience, but not liberation. They are rejecting poverty because they now see the truth. Africa is not poor, Africa is robbed. The minerals in Congo alone can power the whole world's smartphones. The gold in Burkina Faso can feed nations. The oil in Nigeria should make every citizen wealthy. But what happens? These resources are shipped abroad, refined abroad, sold back to us at 10 times the price. And when we say no, they say we are being rebellious, they send sanctions, they sponsor coups, they spread confusion. But Africa is waking up. Let's talk about France. France has treated Africa like its backyard for over a century. In 2025, French troops are still present in several African countries. They take resources, they dictate policies, they fund political parties. And when Africans resist, France calls it terrorism. But the real terror is foreign control. Ibrahim Traoré has kicked him out of Burkina Faso, now other countries are following. This is not just one country, this is a continental resistance. Do you know what the West fears most? An Africa that thinks for itself, an Africa that unites, an Africa that trades within itself, an Africa that no longer begs. They fear an Africa led by young minds, not old puppets. They fear an Africa that stops borrowing. They fear an Africa that says we don't need you, you need us. And that day has come for. To every African watching this right now, this is your moment. This is your call to action. Share this message, educate your friends, reject political lies, reject tribalism, reject manipulation. Support leaders who speak the truth, reject those who bow to foreign masters. Africa must write its own story, Africa must stand. Let this message be your trumpet, let it echo across TikTok, YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram and into the streets. Say it with me. No to modern-day slavery. No to foreign control. No to weak leadership. No to economic theft. Yes, to a free, bold and united Africa. Africa is not the future. Africa is the now. So we will rise to, we will speak, we will conquer and Africa has risen.